I don't know why, but I'm just unusually tired. So.
Oh, so's Ash.
Yeah,
Okay.
more tired than I've ever been in my life.
It's the summer, baby.
God darn vampire son.
It is my fault.
Is it your fault?
It is my fault. I went and picked up my Switch 2 at midnight, and then I immediately got on the road, like from the GameStop, to drive 5 hours to Indiana.
Oh.
And
Yeah. Rough.
That is your fault.
And I didn't sleep. I didn't even
That's
take a nap. I worked the full day with this PlayStation State of Play, and then I picked up the Switch, and then I drove to Indiana, and I got in at 5 in the morning, and I took a little nap for 3 hours, but I'm feeling it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. Well, I feel like that, but I didn't do any of that.
We're not getting any younger, any of us, it turns out.
I've done this show on no sleep before, but it always energizes me to be in this room with my friends. So that's all the caffeine I need. That and about 2 liters of Diet Coke a day. It's a serious problem. Okay. Gold saucer. Take that shit and throw it straight in the trash. This is episode 393 of the Insert Credit Show, an array of video game experts kept in line by a horrible buzzer. I'm Alex Jaffe, and to compliment the next person after me in this introduction sequence, Frank, I really admire how deeply in love you are with the work that you do. I think a big part of what makes the Video Game History Foundation work is just how much you care about it really comes through in everything that you do, and everyone involved wants to be a part of that.
Okay, I want to do this. I don't want to do this.
It's not your turn.
That's very nice.
I know. I would like to stop Frank from doing this.
There ain't no stopping this train we're on.
Oh.
Gosh. Well, hi, I'm Frank Cifaldi, and thank you for saying that, Jaffe. And something I really admire about Ash Parrish is her, how fully transparent you are with your empathy. You're just completely just all ass in on empathy and caring and just you don't hold back at all, and I really admire and appreciate that.
This is painful, and I would like to know. I don't know. There's a tweet that I saw that I think about with stuff like this, where it was a person who's in this DS relationship, a dom sub relationship. And one day they were the sub, and they were being
Nintendo?
really right. Yeah. No.
Oh, that's what it stood for.
And one day the sub was being really bratty, and so the dom, to punish them, it wasn't a sexy punishment where I beat the shit out of you. No, it's they made them write down all of compliments about themselves, and everybody was this is diabolical and I hate it. And this is like that. Okay. And I didn't consent. My name is Ash Parrish, and God, I have to pick one thing I like about Brandon. There's so many. I actually legitimately mean that. I'm not saying that to do the fun bants. I love how fucking smart he is. I love, he knows so much shit about so much esoteric stuff that I wouldn't even think about. I love his obsession with the TurboGrafx, a console that I have never heard of before. And
it's the best.
He loves things that he teaches me about things that I would have never encountered myself. And they're always I'm better for it, for having learned it from him. And that's just one of many things that I like about Brandon Sheffield. Please, Alex Jaffe, never do this again.
But you said you have so many more.
No, this is cruel. Or at least, warn me ahead of time that we're going to do a fucking struggle session.
I'm Brandon Sheffield. I want to second the empathy thing for Ash. Just going back.
This is not how this works.
You can't take mine.
I know, but
double
it's just
team.
This is unrelated. I had been just meaning to I really like how close your emotions are to your mouth.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
Yeah,
because I don't really have that. So it actually
Brandon famously never cries while playing video games.
Yeah, well, I might have done it, but I'm most likely to cry on an airplane because that higher elevation, it gets you extra emotional.
Are you serious?
It's true. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, also you got less air, less oxygen to your brain. It's true. You are more likely to get emotional on planes.
Huh.
Yeah.
I am emotional before I get on a plane, usually because it's not taking off and I'm stuck.
No, it's when you're up there. When you're up there is the
best place to watch a movie is on an airplane.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll really, really hit you in the feelings. I'm Brandon Sheffield. The thing I most admire about Alex Jaffe is, well, I had to, right? You're next on the list.
No, that's correct. Go on, Brandon. Go on.
Oh, no, I'm not next.
Who's next?
Okay. There is no next.
No, you're next.
I didn't have
Brandon.
to say anything nice about anybody. That's great. About Alex Jaffe is his dedication to all bits.
That's true. That is true.
Stick-to-itiveness. And
I will take that compliment. My highest virtue is that I always commit to the bit.
Yeah, follow through.
I hold that to be sacred and sanctified above all else. Thank you, Brandon Sheffield.
Certainly.
That means a lot to me. Here's my question. Do we have anything to say about the state of play that Sony did this week?
I was busy during that. I have no idea.
Well, I do. It was good and also weird for me because it was like it gave me the old some of those old E3 showcase watching feelings again, because it was like, here's a big cool thing, here's another big cool thing, and it was a lot of like Japanese video games with bad English dubs. No offense to everybody, and it just brought me back to that time, and it felt like here's some good ass video games that we're going to be getting pretty soon, which is what you want.
Mm-hmm.
But it was also like, and I don't want to get mopey and morose or whatever, but it was also like a window into a path I could have taken, because obviously I made all my own choices. I chose to run a small indie studio and do whatever nonsense I wanted to do. But I knew so many of the people on that AAA video game stream, just like as personal friends, and watching them be like celebrated and do this cool, amazing thing. I was like, it's not jealousy exactly. It's like, what if I had a more stable life?
It's loss. Yeah. It's mourning. I
think
you're mourning for something that you could have had if you made different choices. I get it.
Yeah, but I very deliberately chose to do what I wanted to do, and I'm succeeding more or less at what I'm trying to do here. It was just like watching my buddy Al Yang, who I've known for 20 years. Well, he wasn't on the stream, but watching Silent Hill F, which he's directing, and it's just like that's the weird guy whose bunny bit me in the neck. You know. And
were you by chance on the set for Monty Python? What the fuck?
I know rabbits don't like me, and we were in his like not dorm room, but like a rented room in college. And I was saying rabbits don't like me because he was like, "You want to check out my rabbit?" And he's like, "Oh, Bunsu would never do anything like that. He's a sweet little Bunsu. He's a sweet little guy." And he opened up the rabbit hutch, and the rabbit immediately jumped out, bit me in the neck, and drew blood.
That literally is a Monty Python skit. Like, what?
Yeah, it was amazing and hilarious. And he was like,
"There's just
what?"
Something about Brandon that reminds animals of carrots.
Yeah, that was my joke, is that I'm a vegetarian. I taste like a carrot. That's obviously not the case. It's probably like I got like dog smell or cat smell on me, and I smell like a predator or something, and they feel like they have to attack. I don't know. It's weird. Anyway, I thought it was very good, is the short answer. I thought it was a really good show. There hasn't been a show that felt like it catered to the AAA folks and the weirdos at the same time for a while. It was like, here's your big stuff. Here's a couple weird little bits for you buddies in the corner. A couple little crumbs. It was good. It was a good one.
I agree that it was good. Definitely set a high bar for the rest of like the summer presentation. Mm-hmm. So I'm curious to see what Xbox will do, and I don't think that they can match that energy. Like, there's just something about the way PlayStation like does its state of play with its games that are like, damn, this is so good. And it's not that like, please, I'm not trying to start a fucking console war. This is not what that is. It's just something about the way either Xbox's presentation or how they choose to pick what games go and what presentations win. It's just like, it just never matches that hype, right?
Yeah,
like,
I feel like Sony, I feel like PlayStation is PlayStation and Xbox is also kind of Microsoft. And so that's, so like they have some layer of corporate BS that they have to inject. Like, there's probably going to be some stupid thing about AI or how like you can use Copilot on your Xbox or something in whatever thing that they do. That's just going to be a total downer and everyone's going to hate it. So like they've always got some little, there's like the hovering specter of Bill Gates behind them. We have to ruin this.
Bill Gates has not been there in a very long time.
But they remember him.
Yeah, I don't think it's the spirit of Bill Gates.
That's why he's the Spectre.
Yeah, well, okay.
Have you ever heard booing at one of these live video game conference events that just the audience completely turns on the announcers?
Oh, yes.
Yes, I think I have. Like, I definitely... It's not like loud enough to like register on a stream, but I'm pretty sure like I've heard booing at like Summer Game Fest, like that keynote because of some, bullshit, whatever.
There was, Frank, I don't know if you remember this one. There was, I think it was in Ubisoft.
My brain immediately went to Ubisoft. It's like, did people maybe boo at Joel McHale or something?
It was either Joel or I don't know if it was Joel McHale. It was somebody who was hired as a comedian and was just like punching down at nerds in like a very
I feel like this is one of those stories that gets passed around that everybody knows.
But I was there, but I don't remember.
I also don't remember who it was. I just remember also not liking Joel McHale because I don't.
Was it Seth Green?
My problem with Joel McHale is that he's the opposite of Ash Parrish. He just can't actually get any personality out.
He's just a marketing man.
Blank slate.
His emotions are very far from his mouth.
Yeah. But yeah, I kind of like my head immediately went Ubisoft comedian was a jerk to us. I don't remember who it was, but I think we might have booed.
Yeah, all right, that's time. Totally random question. Does anyone here have any stories about pie?
Thank you. So
I knew this was for somebody, and I assumed it was Ash.
For me. As you may know, Summer Games Fest will be like almost done. It'll be Monday when this comes out, and Summer Games Fest is over the weekend. And
I hope everybody watched the Demon School trailer that I totally forgot to tell you about when it was relevant. I hope you watched it on Sunday.
Oops.
Enjoy.
And on the forums, since it's my first time at Summer Games Fest as a member of the Inside Credit Crew, on the forums I asked, like, what kind of things do you want to see from Summer Games Fest that you don't normally see? And one of the overwhelming questions is fashion and what we eat. And I can do those things. And a lot of times, like, gamers have gotten a reputation for being like the jeans and the graphic tee and like the blazer over it. And it's like the standard uniform for video game developer dudes. And then women just don't get involved at all because they're not allowed on stage and shit like that. So we never get to see their fashion for the most part. But sometimes they kind of stick to that uniform too. But yeah, I dress up. I like to dress up when I go to Summer Games Fest because I work from home and I wear sweatpants all the time. So I was in the forum. I was answering people's questions about Summer Games Fest, and I posted a picture of myself in like this all green, this Xbox green outfit that I had picked out that I wore to the Xbox keynote that year, which was last year.
So you could fade into the background for the chroma key.
No, I was in like full Xbox gear because one of the swag gifts that they gave, which is another thing that people on the forums are asking about, one of the swag gifts they gave was this like Xbox bomber jacket. So I've got this black bomber jacket that actually kind of looks nice with this outfit because it's like a 2-piece green suit. It looks really cool. And it's got like Xbox all over it. And I'm wearing like Xbox neon green. I'm like, these people are going to think I'm the biggest Microsoft shill. Like if one of the Gamergator guys saw me in this, they would be like, the jig is up. And I'm standing in front of the sign called something's House of Pies. So I was hanging out with all of my Game Journal friends at the Summer Games Fest. I decided to take a break from all of the festivities. I went to the Santa Monica Pier for the first time, which was great. I had bubblegum shrimp because I was starving and I didn't know what to eat. So I just walked in the first restaurant and it was a bubblegum shrimp. I had a great jambalaya and a couple of nice beers. It was nice. And then I was like trying to hang out with my friends and they're like, hey, we're going to this place. Do you want to meet us there? And so we all meet up at this pie place at like 3 a.m. with my friend Kurt in Indova. He works for videos for GameStop. Great guy. I love him. He loves jazz. And we had pie at like 2 a.m. and it was great. And we all took pictures out in front of the sign. And it was like one of those like little college adventures I never got to go on, but got to have as an adult. And it was really great fun. And I said I would tell the story on the podcast.
Wow.
Frank, do you have any stories about pie?
Well, was that the impetus for did you know this story and you just crafted a question?
No,
around
I
it?
asked him to remind me to tell a story about pie.
But I didn't know any details about it other than that a pie was involved. So Ash really made my job hard for me.
Sorry.
It's all right.
I don't have a story about pie, but I will say that I remain curious about television pie in the face pies. Are they just like whipped cream and that's it?
So you'd say you're pie curious?
I'm pie curious.
Happy
He did
Pride.
say that.
Happy Pride.
Yeah, happy Pride. Happy Pied.
So I heard that a lot of them are actually shaving cream because it holds its structure longer. So it's actually like really gross. A lot of those banana cream pies or whatever.
So I am thinking of, I just saw a clip of the Dropout from, of Game Changer from Dropout, where the 3 contestants are doing a pie eating contest, and Brennan Lee Mulligan is in the middle, and he's like, you guys are going to in competition with yourself because I'm going to eat this pie in a minute. And like the clock starts and he just picks up the tin, he folds it in half and he drinks the pie. Yeah, so I'm like, that can't be like crust. That has to be nothing but juice.
I don't like
right?
that. I don't like it.
I don't
That's
like it
be
either.
A cream pie.
It made me, I felt bad for him. Like, is it just whipped cream or is it like a custard underneath that you could also drink? Like, what's the deal?
Yeah.
I don't want any drinking out of pies.
No.
No.
No drinking.
I don't want to put a straw
please.
on a pie. I don't want to cut into liquid.
How about like late night food adventures with fellow people in the game industry? Is that an experience you've had?
Yes, many times, especially around E3 and trade shows.
Yeah.
Those are like there. There was a time when I really wanted a gas station burrito after an E3, and so me and Chris Graft and some other people went to a particular. It's not a gas station, but a particular convenience store that's relatively walking distance from the LA Convention Center. And I was having a bad day for some reason that I don't recall. But I was just kind of sitting out front of there, and an unhoused gentleman came up and was like, "Here, looks like you need this," and he gave me a beer.
Brandon, how bad? Wow.
Being the game industry is rough.
Emotions are close to my mouth. Like they were like bleeding out of you.
Well, I didn't feel that bad. I didn't really think.
Did you feel worse after the man gave you his beer?
I did a little bit. It was like the time I went to a show. It was Catatonia with a K, the melodic metal band, and I was there by myself. And I was wearing something that was very form-fitting on top at the time because I was extra goth at the time. And the bouncer was like, "Heroin, huh?" I was like,
"Whoa,
oh no!"
What? And he's like, I know it when I see it. I was like, "No, never in my life." And another lady was like, "Yeah, I see it." And I was like, "Come on, I'm just trying to watch this freaking show. Leave me alone.
Jeez.
I'm just trying to go in here."
Just casual violence.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah.
It's like when I was at a show and someone looked at me and was like, "Pie, right?"
I don't know how. Kurt's from LA, and I think it was just his suggestion that we go get pie. And I'm like, yeah, sure.
What is the best video game that you know is a great game, but you just as sure you're never going to play it?
That's a great question. Okay.
Like all of them.
There's so many of those.
Deltarune. There we go. Get that out of the way.
Yeah. I'm staying off the internet because I haven't gotten to it yet. The new chapters just came out. That's an important game to me. So I have just shut down all my social media until I have time to play it.
I didn't finish Undertale, so yeah, I'm probably not going to get to Deltarune either. That's a good one. Fortnite,
I agree.
I'm not going to play it.
I mean, like the entirety of the From Software back catalog.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go back to those.
I've tried it.
Those aren't necessarily good.
I was going to say, like depending.
Bloodborne. I'm not going to play Bloodborne ever.
Okay, I thought you were talking about like
Demon's
Echo
Souls
Knight or whatever.
Yeah.
I was talking about like PS1 era.
I've literally played Elden Ring. That's it. I'm just saying that like none of the Souls likes before that, and I don't see myself going backwards. I don't know why I would.
Yeah,
I don't know. Just if you want to narrow it down, fine, Bloodborne. But like, just insert Souls like here.
I think out of all of them, though, Bloodborne is the one that would be worth playing because it's different from all the other ones.
Yeah, you picked the worst one to exemplify that as.
Yeah.
I understand, because I'm with you.
But it's also
that.
the least accessible one.
No,
okay, whatever the good one is, then give me that answer.
Okay, sorry.
Sorry, we're kind of judging you for your answer. I'm sorry.
I don't even know the difference between them. Leave me alone.
Listen, we're all really testy because the Bloodborne remake was not announced yesterday.
Ah, that's what we were waiting for.
That's okay. That PS4 emulator is getting really good. It's getting there.
The opposite thing is I will eventually play a game on the Super Nintendo. I'm getting around to it.
You're getting to it.
I'm gonna get there.
What's at the top of your list, Brendan? What's your first one gonna be?
What's it called? Sky Soul something. The one that was made by
Blazer?
Sony Imagesoft. That's
I think it was Soul Blazer.
Maybe it's Soul Blazer. Yeah.
Do you guys want to hear a funny story related to yesterday's State of Play?
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, we're not in that segment anymore, but it's too late now.
We're talking about video games that we're not going to go back and play. The first game that looked like Tetris Effect, and it was like Luminous, Arise, and I'm like, I typed in Slack, like, what is this, a series? And both of my boss and then like my other boss, like, extraordinarily, they have never like so quickly at the same time like. Excuse me? I've never felt so bullied before because I had never heard of this game. I was not around for it. I didn't have a PSP. I don't know what the fuck this is. I'm sorry.
I think it was like the best reviewed video game for the PSP for a very long time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's pretty good.
I want to draft off of what Brandon was saying and
Yeah.
Chrono Trigger. I don't think I'm going to play Chrono Trigger.
That's fair.
I played it on the DS.
Oh, okay. All right.
Why bother? There's like a new RPG every 3 months.
Yeah.
It's true.
Why am I going to play Chrono Trigger?
Video games you won't play.
Video games I won't play that are good. God, there's so many of those. God darn it.
Well, it's specifically the best one, right?
Yeah.
Like the most critically acclaimed. I mean,
I won't be going back to Baldur's Gate 3, I don't think.
That's fair.
That might be true of me.
I played it for a little bit and I thought it was all right, but I'm going to play other stuff. There's just no way around it. I'm not going to play it.
I bounced the same way I bounced off of Elden Ring, which is like, this is too big for me.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't what I'm here for.
I think like any kind of fighting game for me, I appreciate the skill and the technicality involved in them, but it's just not something I'm interested in personally.
Oh, yeah, me too. Actually, that's a really good one. Yeah, anything past like Street Fighter 3.
Right.
I'm just not going to get to it.
This is a slight tangent, but I'm very curious. Patrick Miller, friend of the show, he has his fighting game zone where he does little mini tournaments and stuff and fighting game hangouts. He is on next Saturday going to be doing a Capcom versus SNK 2 lab session. He's going to be teaching how to play Capcom versus SNK 2.
Oh, cool.
Really, really curious to see how that's going to go, what the program is going to be like. He's going to be going down each groove individually and talking about specific teams that work with them and how you react to them and what the basic buttons are and what's a good approach. And so I'm going to go because I've played CVS2 a whole bunch as a scrub. And I'm curious to learn how to get worse before I get better, basically.
Let's find out more.
Well, the thing, though, is the most critically acclaimed thing in the world that I'm never going to do is learning.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be there.
It's not that acclaimed anymore, unfortunately.
No.
It's really falling down in the rankings.
Read?
Yeah. I think right now the most critically acclaimed thing is yelling at each other. And boy, howdy, do we do that. Here's my next question. Hey,
that's me yelling.
It's Pride Month, everybody. Happy Pride Month.
Happy Pride.
Happy Pride.
I just heard that we've been asked to help come up with some personas for the performers at a video game themed drag show. What are we giving them?
All right.
Feathers, probably.
We got Mistress Chief.
Yeah.
I'm going to exclusively do names. So
okay.
if you have
that's what I'm looking
else,
for. I'm looking for names.
All right. Well, we'll help costume your names.
Point Click is one of them. Like point and click.
Yeah, I get it.
That's all. We're going in a circle. I need time to think of all of these. I don't just have them off the top of my head.
Okay, but you were like, everyone shut up. Got some names. Here they come.
All right.
And then you're like,
Let me narrow it down a little more. How about a specific Final Fantasy themed drag persona?
Sephiroth Beta Ginsburg.
That's Sephiroth Vader Ginsburg.
Okay.
That's your drag icon?
Yes.
Oh my God.
She was very important to the history of the Supreme Court.
That's right.
I don't know. What about a Street Fighter?
I don't know.
I'm gonna get somebody.
Hadoken.
Yeah,
sure.
Japanese drag queen. Hadoken.
yeah.
I like it.
How about Ms. Bison?
Ms. Bison.
Ms.
Okay,
Bison
I'm
is
into
good.
As opposed to M. That's good.
Yeah.
Blanco, drag king version.
Yeah. How about a Sonic?
Just Knuckles. Just one called Knuckles.
Okay.
This is harder than
It's got to be two things. So I'm trying
Right. It's like you got to have like two, like Amy Rose, and then you swap one of the words, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Amy Rose.
Amy Rose is very good.
That's very good.
That's the best one so far.
Cream the Rabbit.
Yeah,
sure.
Cream the Rabbit all by itself.
No notes. Anything for SNK, Brandon?
Yeah, I must. There's got to be a really good one in Karnov's Revenge. I know there is, but I'm not. It's not.
I'm stuck on Terry Bogard because Bogard is pretty delicious. There's something there.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too.
Can we make anything out of a Dizzy the Egg?
No.
Yeah.
I don't even there's. Oh, I do remember. So I was about to be like, I don't know the other characters. There's Dizzy, Dilly. Wait, not Dilly. Dylan, Daisy, Dozy. Thank you. Dozy's the one who sleeps.
Dizzy the Egg has a whole transformation sequence.
Right.
It's pretty clear. That one's gonna be. It's good.
Gander Howard, drag queen. There you go.
I don't know what that.
For Geese Howard.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yes.
Okay.
Very good.
There we go. That
Nice.
works.
It's not like we were talking about Dizzy, so
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know who that is.
It's a Dizzy.
He's an egg.
Dizzy's an egg.
That's it.
Got a hat.
Yeah. That's all you got to know about Dizzy, really.
An egg made by twins whose heads are shaped like eggs.
Wait. Okay. So this isn't an egg. This is Guilty Gear. What are you talking about? So this is the wrong Dizzy.
That's the wrong Dizzy. Yeah.
And search for Dizzy the egg.
That's another Dizzy. She's also an icon in a way.
Very much so. Oh, I see.
Yeah. He's an egg.
Wow.
Yeah, considering how much Dizzy comes up on this
just
show.
Isolate Ash's last 10 seconds, right?
Yeah.
Like this is just the raw audio of someone seeing Dizzy the egg for the first time.
The least
just the range of sounds that happened.
Esper's in the chat suggesting Terry Hogard.
Terry Hogard.
Oh, that's so good.
There it is.
That's so good. That's perfect.
Yeah.
That's my drag name. Like if they do makeovers where they make over nerds, I'm going to tell my drag queen, I'm Terry Hogard.
Nice. Anything for Mortal Kombat?
Huh.
They have really short names, which makes it harder.
Yeah.
Well, there's Sonya Blade, Johnny Cage.
Johnny Chastity Cage.
Ooh, that's good.
Sorry.
Yeah.
It's okay, Ash. We're leaning on you for this one.
Yeah.
It's true. I'm doing
Just
my
keep
best.
them coming.
All right.
Fulfill the promise.
Hung Lao.
Hung Lao. That's pretty good. We're going to end it on Hung Lao.
Thank you.
Congratulations, you've avoided the secret word this round, which was work. We will take a quick break and be right back after we refill our drinks. Esper will edit out the parts where we're all just not saying anything.
I might just fill them in with recommendations from me because I killed it on that one.
You did kill.
Cloud Wife.
Cloud Wife's pretty good.
Tifa Cockhard.
Oh, that's what that meant. Tifa Cockhard.
Yeah, exactly.
I couldn't make out what the self-censorship was.
Well, I didn't want to offend your delicate sensibilities.
Tifa Cockhard is that's the winner.
Thank you. I'm going to change my Blue Sky name to that now.
You should. Happy Pride.
I'm not going to do that.
Welcome back to Insert Credit. It's time to go to the question hole.
QH.
This is the part of every episode where I take a question out of those submitted to us at patreon.com/insertcredit, where people are having a heck of a good time right now, getting monthly bonus episodes, asking me questions, and rolling on that gotcha machine, which is a new service I'm offering to subscribers. We'll see if that keeps up, because I have been slammed with you freaks who all want me to say the name of a random video game character at you.
Looks like it's a lot of work.
Yeah, it is a lot of work. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to take credit from you, Brandon. You did say the word work.
You said that after it's over.
You did say that.
You said that after you said it,
You
that
did.
it doesn't count anymore.
Fair enough. All right.
Work.
Now it just sounds like a chocobo, Frank.
Yeah.
No. Now we're back into the drag scenario.
Speaking of, like, I think at the end, I'm they're coming to me now, so I'm gonna rattle off a bunch of them.
Anytime one comes to you, and I'm going to say this is true for the entire run of Pride Month episodes, if a drag name occurs to you, just shout it out.
Okay,
Nice.
Boob Cybot.
Boob Cybot is very good. Yeah.
Mr. Driller. Frank, you talked about this a long time ago, the wanting to be on the play date season where everyone's getting at the same time and talking about things at the same time.
Which is happening right now. Yeah.
It's happening right now, and it's happening so right now that I checked Playdate before the show started, and the new games for this week weren't there yet, but they came out just right now.
Cool.
During the show. Shall I open them and see what we got?
Do you want to spend a credit on this? Do you want to spend a credit on this segment, Brandon?
Do you want to interrupt the bag, the question hole?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Howard.
All right. This week's question comes from James. James asks, I had a dream where Alex Jaffe told me, you can't say that. There's only one pun that's allowed at Insert Credit Summer Camp.
Nice.
What's that pun? Also, what's Insert Credit Summer Camp like?
Okay, well, so what's that pun is obviously you have to answer that one, because that's a question for you.
The only pun that's allowed at Insert Credit Summer Camp. Man, I think it's Boob Cybot. The only pun that's allowed at Insert Credit Summer Camp is coming up with video game drag names.
Interesting.
Bonya Blade.
Bonya Blade.
There it is.
It's not just a name, it's a command.
Right. Yeah.
Insert Credit Summer Camp has a PlayStation and a bunch of obscure Japanese video games, and that's what that's your like forced activity.
No,
So
like it's got like modules, like the Boy Scouts. So like Frank has like the video game preservation badge where he shows them how to use like a chip flash or whatever. And then you're like the video game developer badge, and you show kids how to like model things in Blender. And then
I don't know how to do that.
The video game journalist badge. I don't know. I teach you how to get yelled at by racists online. Like, that's your survival badge.
I run the improv zone, which nobody goes to.
Yeah, just an empty room.
It's just a really gross room. It's just a bucket in the corner, and like there's some brown liquid in it. Nobody knows what it is.
I'm getting infected by mold in there, but nobody's around to care. It's fine. I'm fine. I'm the program director that everybody pranks.
Everybody's having a fun time. They're figuring out how to prank the camp counselor in the nicest way possible without hurting their feelings. I think that's a good aspect of this. But where would it be located?
In Southern California, obviously.
Why?
I don't know, because that's where all the video game devs are. That's where you two are.
Well, first
in Northern
of all,
California.
we're not. We're in Northern California.
It's all California to me.
I'm putting it in.
I don't care.
It's like nearly the height of the United States. This state is. It's well, it's not nearly, but it's like half.
I know.
It's pretty big.
Yes.
Pretty big state.
California's big.
We're at Little Farm. Do you know Little Farm in Oakland, Brandon?
You don't mean the one in Berkeley and Tilden?
Oh, Berkeley. Yeah. Yes. Thank you.
Yeah.
So we're just at Little Farm. There's a cow.
Yeah,
You can feed
I love
it
that
as
place.
much celery as you like.
Man, I haven't been there for a long time.
Yeah, Little Farm rules.
They got goats. They got
They do
cows.
get goats.
They got some other things,
Chickens.
and you could just
Oh,
pet
we
them
go
on the
here.
noggin.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's delightful. I went there so much as a kid.
It's just free. You just go feed a cow. So that's where our summer camp is.
Yeah, I really took that for granted. You don't have to do anything. You just go there and there's animals.
You
Yeah.
just show up and touch animals.
Have you considered that maybe it's in Japan?
No.
No.
Yeah. Well, it's a little I think it's a little expensive. for the clientele, but it could be there. It could be there. We could have an away
satellite
team.
campus. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but Little Farm is cool. They probably still have like an old CRT in the Ranger station over there where we can play our haunted PlayStation 1 games.
I can't confirm that, but it does feel right.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I've never been to camp.
Well, me neither. But, I think I want to save some money. So I think our bunk beds are going to be 3 tall and very short. So you just got to really squeeze in there. You can't really sleep on your side. You got to kind of shuffle in.
All the sheets are Xbox and Nintendo swag that we
right.
got. And it looks like an 8-year-old is supposed to be there.
Maybe the only pun that's allowed is intentionally mispronouncing the names of video games, like Tom Raider.
Yeah, Tom Raider.
Yeah,
that's probably it.
Rain Jerks, that kind of thing.
Yeah, Rain Jerks, Tom Raider.
Tom Raider, that's a drag name.
It's true.
Mm-hmm.
Tom Raider's a good one. Well, that's it. We did it.
That's it.
We did it.
Don't go to our camp.
Brandon, have you been to summer camp? Because neither Ashley nor I have.
I have.
In a sense,
I wasn't asking Jaffe.
Oh, well.
I went to a place called Camp Sierra, which was like a hippie.
That sounds like a video
camp.
game camp.
And it was in the Sierra
where you
Mountains.
get soft locked out of activities for not bringing the right items.
The interesting thing about this camp was that since it was in the Sierra Mountains, and one of the main things to do was hiking, they had to warn you about how the air is thinner because you're at a higher elevation. And I would get winded way faster. Eventually you get used to it. But your first couple days there, you're walking up a hill and it's just like, oh my God, what's going on? Those higher elevations it'll really get you.
I went to a summer camp for many years where some of the highlights were someone in my bunk smuggled in one of those portable PlayStations, and we spent a lot of time building Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 courses for each other to play. And there was this one kid who kept building the Twin Towers and organizing tricks that would simulate destroying them.
That's funny.
And this was like 2002.
Correct level of teenage dirtbag.
Exactly. One time my camp counselor dared me that I couldn't play video games for 24 hours straight, and I did that.
What did you play?
I played Mega Man Battle Network. It was a good time.
Your counselor?
Yeah. My counselor made me do it.
Your counselor hated you.
I think he was like doing I bet you'll get sick if you smoke enough of these cigarettes. And I was just like, yum, feed me more.
What did you get if you complete the day? Or just the fact that you didn't
he bought
get
me
hassled
lunch
for playing? Oh, nice.
Yeah.
All right.
What did he buy you?
Nice sandwich.
Nice.
As I recall, there was a brownie involved. Question 6. What's the most work you've put into a video game related project that never really went anywhere?
Oh,
well, I did a fair amount of work on a video game for Square Enix, and it didn't come out. So
is this like insert credit lore that I am just not aware of, or is this like something you cannot say?
It's getting old now, so maybe I'm not really supposed to talk about it. But I worked on a AA game for like that. You can research it. I worked on a AA game for Square Enix for quite a while, and it got canceled. So that was quite a lot that I did for that. And then
were you a writer for it?
I was writer, but also just generally, I was like the American on the team.
Oh.
So I was doing a lot of answering questions to how about this, and I was kind of getting pretty involved in the design side as well as is my want. Yeah, did a lot on that. Now it's gone forever. Goodbye to it. That was like 2012, so it's a long time ago.
Was that when it was canceled?
I don't remember exactly, but I think it was around. That was around when it was canceled.
Yeah, it wasn't like finished, if I recall.
Oh
right?
No, not at all. Not at all. Yeah, it was.
Everybody
we were
knows
probably.
This game is with me.
Well, it's a long time ago. We didn't know you.
Yeah, we didn't know you yet. Frank knew me in 2012. Is why.
Damn.
Yeah, and even before that too. Crazy.
It's true.
Crazy.
Like 2002.
I've done a lot of research very specifically into games for the original Nintendo Entertainment System that didn't come out, and a lot of that research ended up being an exhibit for GDC. Just out of like time crunch necessity, I just kind of threw something together where I'd already done some of the work. But I started my spreadsheet that was the making of a sort of like encyclopedia of these games in like 2009. I still work on that spreadsheet. It's still not a thing that has really been published. So I'm going to go with that.
Yeah. Ooh,
WIP.
I have another one.
Yeah.
I wrote 30,000 words of behind the scenes information for a video game collection, which I will not say the name of, that got cut at the last minute for incredibly stupid reasons. Actually, that happened twice.
I thought that was more lore stuff, not behind the scenes.
You're thinking of a different one.
Oh.
Brandon's done a lot of
That's
work.
why I
knowing
said it
Seed.
happened twice.
Wow.
The lore one you know about, the other one you don't know about.
Okay.
Yeah.
So mine is, I probably shouldn't say it because I might actually end up still doing this. I have spent a lot of time embedded in the Discord of a certain guy.
Don't let him know. Don't let him know. I feel like this you need to remain undercover.
I'm not gonna. No, I don't care. I don't care if they find out. Who cares? I don't know.
You're breaking your cover. We're gonna have to send in the troops.
I mean, it's not like they can find out which one is me. They might. Like, shit, they do. Like, okay, great. Anybody can join this shit and see what you're doing. So anyway, I've been embedded in this Discord.
If it's a public Discord, then it doesn't matter.
It's not.
Oh, well.
Basically, like, not exposing this guy, but just like doing a big deep dive on like who this guy is and how he's basically just fucked over all of his investors by just like not doing anything that they ask. And it's actually really funny, just like being in there day to day and like watching people like, hey, any news, any new update, and blah, blah, blah. And they go through the same rigmarole, like, oh, we don't discuss this here, or nope, nothing's happening, but we're going to stay here anyway and keep talking about how nothing is happening on this game that is totally getting made. And just like doing this big story about it. And then it's like, why do I want to waste my time doing this? What does this, and you start to think about like what really is the journalistic like merit for something like this. There probably is some that you could make a case for, like informing people or whatever, but it's just not strong enough of a case for me to want to continue to pursue it further. And it just like being there ambiently.
It's depressing.
Yeah. It doesn't make you feel good about like what it is that you do. I was like, I don't want to deal with these people. They're irrelevant. Like, nobody cares about what they have to say anymore. It's not like really moving the needle that much. Like, they can probably crow all they like about how we're winning the war against woke. Great, fun.
Wow.
Fantastic. I love that for you. Like, okay, have you had a meaningful human connection in the last like 24 hours or the last like 24 days? No? Okay. Yeah. And it's just like, I've spent so much time in there thinking about it, discussing like what I want to do with it, and it's just like I don't have the energy to continue to move it forward. So nothing's probably going to come of it. He's a shithead. Don't give him your money. He's stolen a bunch of money from people. He's a fucking scam artist. So yeah, he's probably not making that game. So yeah.
Okay.
It's that's one of the toughest things for me when like I'm not a journalist now, so it's easy now, but the line between I should report this and all it does is show more people about this guy who's bad. Like it's always hard for me to figure out where the line is. Like if you got a really good angle that's gonna like take the guy down, then it's cool. And then otherwise, it sometimes just feels like you're almost
mudslinging
or almost like promoting them through negative publicity. Like because like
they take it and they're like they're trying to kill me. Exactly. We will prevail. And Sephiroth posting and shit. And it's like I have so much better things to do that I could be doing that actually celebrate video games instead of try to tear them down. So I'm just going to do that over here and ignore you.
I'm really curious to see more examples of people doing that well, and so that it doesn't get weaponized in the wrong direction. It's
you mean like doing like a takedown
or not a takedown necessarily, but an expose. Yeah, that with the Weinstein case, like that was an expose that had overall positive ramifications.
I mean, the thing with Dr. Disrespect worked for like 6 months until YouTube was like, okay, you can turn monetization back on.
Right. Yeah, that's one of the
Want
things.
everybody to know I broke that story.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
Good work.
Good job,
There's
Ash.
lore behind that one too that I will tell another day, and it's very funny.
I saw that guy leaving a bathroom at E3 doing a live stream. I was like, "What are you doing in there, man? Leaving the friggin' toilet from your live streaming in the screw
The
you."
first instance, yeah. We should have known something was up.
Yeah.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
Yes, that guy.
Dr. Disrespect My Wife, that guy.
Oh. All right. Yeah, there you go.
Final question. What is the Bride of Frankenstein of video games?
I mean, it's Miss Pac-Man.
I guess it is, yeah. All right. Thanks, Frank.
No.
A
Yeah.
companion that is made to mollify the angry demon they unleashed.
Miss Pac-Man.
Yeah, there's probably
I feel
something
like
like that.
National Dex Pokemon. I don't know, something like that.
There's got to be something in the Bayonettas or the Devil May Cries that's like exactly that. But
I can't think of anything. Like, because that's what Bride of Frankenstein would mean to me. Not just like wife character, but just like something that was made to mollify.
To solve the problem you created.
Yeah, you created.
it's kind of like it's like, okay, there's too many rats, so we're gonna release snakes.
Yes.
But now we're gonna do with all these snakes.
Right.
Yeah.
That's a good way to think about it.
Yeah.
DRM.
Is it is it like the Mass Effect team patching the ending to placate
Yeah. Oh shit.
the
Yeah.
fans?
Oh man. That's like one of those, you wouldn't think it, but this is where this moment and this decision is where things got bad. Like that domino post meme that you see, like, we made fun of Barack Obama's tan suit and now we have fascism, that kind of shit. That's one of those moments. It's one of those dominoes.
Yes.
Literally in the last bit of the movie Bride of Frankenstein is Frankenstein going, "We belong dead," recognizing just the wrongness of everything that has happened.
I wish I had an analog for the hairdo.
Yeah.
The Bride of Frankenstein hairdo, because she's
Guile.
got that big. Oh yeah, Guile.
Guile might be the Bride of Frankenstein. Yeah.
Do you think Marge Simpson's hair was modeled after Bride of Frankenstein?
The story, I believe, about Marge Simpson's hair was that it was originally meant to like conceal these giant bunny rabbit ears as a callback to Matt Groening's earlier work.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I've read that one. I remember that, yeah.
Yeah. We've all read Simpsons trivia.
No, we haven't. But I'm pretty sure I've already gone on the rant on this show that the Bouviers are black people. So.
You haven't.
With the hair.
I can see it.
I don't know that you have, but I like it.
I'm pretty sure I have, and I don't remember all the specific argumented points, but it like makes sense. I'm not going to do that now. I don't have the brain for it. I'm
One
sorry.
was real pretty. T'other, sort of plain. That's about the Bouviers.
Thanks. All right. I think we've resolved that. Before we go on to our lightning round, does anyone want to take advantage of the new gotcha system as we revamped it at the end of last week's episode?
I'm low on credits. I'm hanging on. Hanging on to them.
I'm low on credits too. I'm hanging on.
You have so many.
I want to hang on.
Oh, hey. Esper just dropped a link from Wikipedia. Marge's distinctive blue beehive hairstyle was inspired by a combination of the brides in Bride of Frankenstein and the style that Margaret Groening wore in the 1960s.
Yes. Well, that's what Wikipedia.
You're right.
Brandon, I'm going to have to give you a credit for that.
Nice.
Oh, and you're going to have to spend it now.
No.
You don't have to spend it. Brandon, you're at 5. Ash, you're at 7. Frank, you're at 5.
I'm at 5. Nice.
Yeah. All right.
Make everyone play a video game pretty soon then.
You could. Right now, let's go on to our lightning round. We're playing GameFAQ&As, one of my favorite games. This is the game where I go over to GameFAQs, a website that is still running somehow, where every single video game has its own dedicated question and answer board.
I still go there for old video games.
Yeah. I like the little ASCII art that they do for the those old guides.
PS2 and earlier, I feel like it's still the place to go.
Absolutely,
yeah, for sure.
100%.
Yeah.
Their guides for the Phoenix Wright series, like way back in the day, were very life-saving.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I use that a lot for Dragon Quest III back in the day.
Makes sense.
So this week's questions come from the Sims 4 board. We're going to be answering some questions for players of The Sims 4. Keep it pithy. Accuracy doesn't count. Here is our first question. Who is the boss in this game?
Samantha.
Thanks, Brent.
I'm sorry.
So what game did you say this was?
The Sims 4.
Oh,
I'm just stuck on my Who's the Boss joke.
Yeah.
Who's the boss in this game?
Ladders out of pools.
Ladders is a good answer.
All right, yeah, ladders. Final boss is ladders.
Why won't my Sims eat or pick up her infants or pick up her food off the floor?
Depressed.
Because she's depressed.
Yeah.
That's the answer.
My Sims can't talk or gain relationship. How do I fix this?
They're ace. Leave them alone.
I think this is ultimately the problem that we've been trying to fix with males in society.
Yeah,
for a
the
long
male
time.
loneliness epidemic.
Yeah.
How do I change career path?
Well, if you're like me and have a midlife crisis when you're 30, you can just decide that, that thing that you were good at when you were 16, you can pursue that and turn that into a full-time job. It'll take a lot of work and you may not do it, but, if you try, you may get close.
That's a very, sir, this is an Arby's kind of answer.
Yeah.
But it's
First
sweet.
of all, I would never go to an Arby's.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a good point.
That's right.
What is the cheat codes that earn money?
Yeah, what is that?
Be rich and white?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's a good one.
Yeah, it's true. Be already rich. That's
that's how you get
that's
to
number
be
one.
more
Yeah.
rich.
Can't compose any more comedy routines. How to fix?
Try observing other people in real life. Go to a coffee shop. Get into some situations.
Yeah.
You got
can
to
do
work for your
stand-up
material.
comedy in The Sims. That's funny. That's actually legitimately funny.
Why is there black smoke all around my toddler?
Well, they're electing a new pope, and they're having a hard time coming to a consensus.
Yeah, it's the
toddler
conclave. Talk about a young pope. It's the youngest pope.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I'm going to tell you, when the last pope died, Pope John Paul II, I was reading Angels and Demons at the exact same time, and I was convinced that I manifested it.
I'm convinced now.
Just like our vice president.
Pretend I did this joke earlier, but the blacker the smoke, the younger the pope.
The bigger the doctor, the bigger the bill. How do I return to home from business?
You
I
hit
don't know
that
why that's funny to
Hearthstone.
me.
Public transportation.
I guess this is funny to me because it sounds like a child
Yeah.
asking about the adult world.
Yeah, how do I return to home for business?
Public transportation. Take BART.
How do I stop losing money in my restaurant?
Oh, you fucked up by opening a restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're an idiot sandwich. Gordon Ramsay's gonna set you straight.
Mhm. Last question. How do you open a door?
Isn't that like a fundamental game developer question?
So I talked to someone last week who worked on Heavy Rain, Frank's favorite door opening experience.
Yeah.
Where you can move your hand slowly close to the door and then remove it and then slowly. And something that was interesting that I learned, which may explain some things about how some people feel about the game, is that this person never played the whole game. Only individual sequences, because he worked on individual sequences out of context from each other. So I think the answer is nobody knows. Nobody
No one knows how to open a door.
Yeah.
No one knows. I'm into it.
Yeah, it's one of our greatest unsolved mysteries. Well, that's our episode of Insert Credit. Ash, I am giving you the credit this week for doing the best at the drag name segment. So congratulations on that.
Thank you.
You're up to 8 credits.
I feel like during that segment, I just stared at the door and pissed myself and died.
Yeah, you didn't know how to open it. You tried to get out, but no one's figured out how to open a door. Does anyone have
Open door.
anything they'd like to recommend to our listeners at this juncture?
I got some.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Did you know that Dr. Bronner's makes chocolate now?
What?
I
Dr.
did know
Bronner's.
Okay,
this.
so
Yes.
does the label
The label
is it
has all kinds of words all over it.
Yes.
Yeah, but they're not from Dr. Bronner. He's dead.
It's his son or whomever. Yes, it's true. I don't know if Bronner the younger is Dr. Bronner, or if we got a Mr. Pibbs kind of situation
Yeah.
going on here. But Dr. Bronner's chocolate is actually quite good. Check out the mint one. It says magic on it. And I saw some other chocolate bar that had the same form factor that said magic but wasn't Dr. Bronner's. I'm like, is this already getting knocked off? How could that be? But it's good. So if you like dark chocolate with mint that's like halfway between a chocolate bar and a truffle, give it a shot. Pretty neat. Next, I want to recommend a movie called The Singing Thief, which is a 1969 movie from Hong Kong, which I'm saying very slowly now for the benefit of all, so they don't think I'm saying honk honk. It feels like a big step in Hong Kong cinema that I was previously unaware of. Part of that lack of awareness could be the like low frequency with which you see pre-70s films in the West, but it's like super cheesy and surreal and weird for the first 2/3 of the movie, which I loved. It's like a super camp thief who sings and steals jewels from women and then leaves them a red carnation. But then he did that in the past, and now he's being framed by someone repeating his crimes. But then the last third, maybe even less than a third, like 20 minutes, it just turns into this. Oh, and throughout the whole earlier part, it's like bright colors, really day-glow looking stuff, jovial songs all the time, goofy music, like 60s dances with extra exaggerated hair flopping. And then in the last 20 minutes, no music, dark, muted colors, people shooting at each other and just like getting shot and dying, just like
a reverse Wizard of Oz.
Blam, dead on the floor. It really feels like, to me, as someone who watches a lot of these movies, the earliest modern Hong Kong crime drama sequence that I have ever seen. And it was pretty neat. It's not like a perfect movie, but if you are into cinema from the region and cinema history in general, I think it's worth checking out. And not a lot of people have seen this movie, according to the IMDb page, so which has like 80 reviews on it. So give it a look. And there's a Blu-ray. It's part of that Super Spies and Secret Lies collection that I recommended another movie from a few weeks ago. So give it a look. The end. Goodbye.
Cool. I don't have a follow-up for that. I recommend don't piss your pants and open the door instead.
Yeah, if you can figure that out.
Yeah. Okay, in lieu of a recommendation, I'm just going to rattle off a bunch of drag queen Mortal Kombat characters.
Please,
because that's what my brain has been doing all the rest of the episode. Okay, so we got Dahora, we got Liu Sang, we've got Ho Rai Cho, Hodel Khan, Jack Offson Briggs, and finally Chronica.
Chronica is very strong.
Nice.
Yeah,
nice.
I love that.
Thank you.
Ash, really earning your credit.
I really wanted to get like some Scorpion-oriented Horpion.
Horpion!
Because somebody had to say, get over here. There's a whole bit that you can do with that.
You can cheat and use his real name, the Hanzo Hisashi, but I couldn't think of anything for that either.
Nobody's going to get that, though.
Yeah, that's too.
I mean, if you're a sicko, you would.
Yeah, I suppose.
Okay, fine. If you're a sicko.
For the true Mortal Kombat drag enthusiast.
If you're a real sicko, you've been bothering me on the Patreon right now, but I've been happy to accommodate where I've been giving out gotcha characters to everybody who is
and you've committed to doing that indefinitely, I believe.
I've committed to doing that this month. I think next month what's going to happen is I'm going to keep doing it if you are at the $10 level.
That sounds right.
Because this is a lot, and I appreciate the enthusiasm, but I can't do this all day.
Okay, Jaffe.
Yeah.
Can I add something?
Sure.
If you are a patron, you can pay to have Ashley for the rest of this month go through a video game and name a bunch of drag queen characters. I'll do that.
You got to pay though. Like in addition to the Patreon, right? So how do
you
they
have
do
to be
that?
at a certain tier level.
We'll figure this out offline.
Like individual fundraising is like my job, and you guys are just giving it away, man.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Gotta be a way to make money off this. All right. $10 level. I'm going to keep assigning you video game characters as I've been doing. Cutoff on the $5 thing is when this episode comes out.
So these are people, you already got their money. You understand? So you want people to give you new money.
Yeah, I was gonna say new patrons.
Exactly.
Well, can pay and have Ashley do a segment on drag queen names. But like, please be nice and don't make this like super difficult. Like I can work with some stuff, but like, don't give me Mega Man. Mega Man might work.
No, Mega Man's pretty good, actually.
Mega Man's too
Yeah.
easy. Just change
Yeah.
every man to woman and you're done. Heat woman, Crash woman. I'm
Also,
done.
Mega Man's name in
Hard
Japan
woman.
is Rockman. We're pretty close already with Rockman to having a pretty good name.
Yeah.
Yeah, make it fun. Like, don't make it fun.
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat
Dr.
was fun.
Wowie.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's my
instead of Dr. Wowie, it's Dr. Yowie. There you go.
There we go.
Dr. Wiley to Dr. Willie.
Yeah. Well, if you enjoyed this episode, God bless you. Please rate and review our show however and wherever you can, like Ian the Ripper did on Apple Podcasts, who said, "Low-key, one of the funniest video game podcasts. I laughed so hard in the grocery store that it made me look crazy. I listen to video game podcasts while working, so like 30 to 40 hours a week. I save insert credit for personal time so I don't miss a beat." Thank you,
Aw.
Ian. You could also support us directly with your contributions to patreon.com/insertcredit. We're tired of giving it away. If you'd like to sponsor our show with an advertisement or personal message or submit your own horrible buzzer, you can get in touch at show@insertcredit.com. You can join our community at forums.insertcredit.com or find us on youtube.com/insertcreditshow. Wishlist Demon School, subscribe to The Verge, check out that Video Game History Foundation. They're doing cool stuff all the time. This episode is edited by Esper Quinn with music by Kurt Feldman. I'm Alex Jaffe.
I'm Frank Cifaldi.
I'm Ash Parrish.
I'm Brandon Sheffield.
And your game has now been saved.
Hey.
Yeah.
Jaffe, as an audio editor, can I get you to clap louder and scream louder into the microphone as well, please?
Next week, I'll take that note.
Thanks.
I like blown out sounds. I don't know.
Well, you're in luck.
Yes.
Love blowing
That's
out
my
that
drag
mic.
name. That's my drag name is You're in Luck.
Yeah, you're in luck.
Oh, there you go.